hindi pa po nagsalita po yung misis ko na
Hindi nga ganito, wala na akong time eh. Pinapunta ka niya ron, kasi nandito nag-uusap kayo eh. O, kayong dalawa mag-asawa, punta kayo ron ng alas 9. Pumunta kayo, sinabi ba niya wala ng restitution?
Nung una po, wala pong sinabing may restitution, pero nung sumunod po, yung panghuli po naming usapan po is may restitution, magkano daw po ang i-restitute namin. Tapos kakasuhan din po daw kami at hindi didiinan. Pero gusto ko po, Your Honor, na hindi na po muna magsalita ng dire-diretso kasi po yung huli po yung misis ko na nagsalita siya na hindi daw po kami kasama sa WPP. Yung natatandaan ko po yung huling hearing po dito ay nakulong po yung misis ko sa Davao. Samantalang meron naman po nag-exist na project. Kaya natatakot po ako, Your Honor, na baka pag nagsalita na rin po ako, baka po sa susunod po ako naman po ang makulong. Kaya hindi na po ako magsasalita.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, point of order before the next.
Yes,
debate.
Senator Risa.
Salamat,
Recognize.
Mr. Chair. Pwede po bang malaman kung tulad ng iniutos ng chair nung nakaraang hearing, nag-submit na po sina Mr. and Ms. Diskaya nung buong listahan nila, ledger ng mga proyekto nila kasama ang mga joint venture projects para sa mga taong 2016 hanggang 2022?
Your Honor, nung nakalabas po ako, Your Honor, nung nakaraan po, ay hindi po kami pinapasok halos ng mga taga City Hall. Kasi po yung mga taga City Hall po, pinasarado po nila yung office namin. Kasi po, nirevoke po nila yung business permit po namin dahil sa kakulangan po ng occupancy permit. So, nakiusap po kami sa City Hall na sana po papasukin po yung mga taga Senate Sergeant at Arms at ayaw po nilang papasukin. At ngayon po, wala na po kaming empleyado. Lahat po sila ay iniwan na po kami o yung iba po ay separated na po kasi sarado na po yung kumpanya namin. Ganun din po yung mga nangungumpahan sa office po namin na building na pinuupahan ay wala na rin po sila doon. Kanya-kanya na po sila ng sara.
Mr. Chair, diretso lang po yung tanong ko pero hindi diretso yung sagot. Parang kanina, lahat po tayo physically naghitla dun sa sinabi ni Mr. Diskaya na parang sila pa yung nanakawan. I would like to request the good chair to please reiterate yung utos ng komite kina Mr. Diskaya. I-submit yung ledger na sinabi ni Ms. Diskaya noon, meron sila ng mga proyekto pati joint venture projects mula 2016 hanggang 2022. Huwag po nilang sisisihin ang City Hall. Hindi po yan kasalanan ng City Hall dahil subject yan ng utos ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Mr. Chair. Sabi rin po ng ating secretariat sa komite, nag-follow up po sila kina Mr. Diskaya last week. Pero hanggang ngayon po, 3:44 na po ng hapon. Almost 3 hours mula nung nagsimula tayo, hindi pa rin sila sumusunod sa utos ng Blue Ribbon, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, makikiusap po sana ako na baka para mas kumpleto po yung project list po na makuha ninyo, baka po pwedeng isabpina na lang po ang DPWS kasi may copy naman po sila kasi wala na po kami talagang mga empleyado na mag-aasikaso. Ako po nakakulong sa Senate po, yung misis ko naman nakakulong sa Davao. So wala po kami mautusan, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I will submit to the wisdom of the chair kung ano po yung pinakamabisang paraan. Ang hinahanap ko lang pong outcome ay mabigay ng mga ni na Mr. at Ms. Diskaya yung ledger nila na sinabi ni Ms. Diskaya mayroon sila nung mga joint venture and other projects nila mula 2016 hanggang 2022. Ewan ko ba, Mr. Chair, binabato pa nila sa DPWH yung responsibilidad sumunod sa utos ng Blue Ribbon, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Risa. We'll try to resolve that issue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator JB Ejercito is recognized.
Just a quick manifestation, Mr. President, with the permission of Senator.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, Mr. President, ako hindi nagtataka bakit hindi tinatanggap sa Witness Protection Program itong mga Diskaya. Dito lang sa Senado, hindi na kayo nagko-cooperate. Ito'y patunay na mukhang hindi kayo qualified maging witness. Kung sa Senado, hindi kayo nagko-cooperate, bakit kayo bibigyan ng puwang ng mga taga-WPP? For the record, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator JB.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Chair, when Yusek Bernardo tried to confer with his counsel, the counsel approached him, and then before anything else, he also went to PG Padulyon. Why is that, Mr. Chair?
Kasi he's already admitted sa WPP and doon sa kanilang existing na rules, under the rules, kailangan bago sumagot, baka maka-apekto sa kanyang pagka-admit, kailangan talaga may clearance sa DOJ. Thank you.
Medyo magulo yun, Mr. Chair, kasi...
Medyo magulo nga rin, pero yun ang
Bakit
kanilang...
kinakailangan nyo siyang padalan dito pagkatapos marirestrict din pala? This is an open investigation. Sana walang ganon. Kasi nangyari na sa amin yon when the former DOJ was here, habang nag-uusap-usap kami rito, habang nagtatanong-tanong kami, kukunin niya yung isang witness namin o isang resource person, dadalhin sa NBI. Pagdating sa NBI, meron ng supplemental affidavit. Naguguluhan kami sa ganung pangyayari. This is supposed to be an independent committee under the legislature. The DOJ is an executive department. I'm not questioning this, no? But parang magulo lang sa amin. So, kaya ko lang na-point out, Mr. Chair.
Question sa DOJ. Under the WPP, law ba itong yung ganyan? Or sa inyo
Confidentiality,
lang?
yes, Mr. Chair. The matter that pertains in confidentiality of the proceedings as well as the manner by which the witness was evaluated and how he was covered is confidential. That's the reason why it is being invoked by the witness, Mr. Chair, because like I said earlier, it is not because we want to restrict his testimony, but there is a law. The law itself
So
provides
it is the law that says so?
Yes, and it
So-
provides for penal sanctions,
Okay.
Mr.
So
Chair.
to answer the question of the concern of Secretary or Senator Marcoleta, kailangan yamen yung law pala. No.
That may be one of the suggestions since the committee is investigating this in aid of legislation, if that is considered a restriction in investigations like this, then maybe the law will have to be amended first.
In the meantime, constrained kayo ng batas.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we are
Thank you.
constrained by law.
Thank you, PG.
Mr. Chair, kasi yung interpretation niya ang palaging mali eh. Yung confidentiality dyan, ang pinag-uusapan, sa inyo lang yun, sa witness protection ninyo dyan. Pero pagdating dito, it does not apply. Ikaw lang ang nag-interpret kasi kaya kanina pa tayo nagtatalo eh.
May I respond, Mr. Chair? With all due respect to Senator Marcoleta saying that our interpretation is always wrong, the law itself provides for it, Section 7. And we are not raising this, like I said, simply because we want to constrict the investigation. The law does not make a distinction whether the investigation is going to be done elsewhere or in the Senate or before the House of Representatives. So we are simply citing the law and we are constrained by the law because, as I said, there are penal sanctions.
So if the law does not provide any distinction, bakit nga kailangan ka pang mag-confer sa ano? Bakit kailangan ka pang puntahan? Ikaw na nagsasabi ng walang distinction eh, di ba? So kung nandito siya, let him speak. Na hindi na dapat pupunta, pati yung counsel niya, yun lang, mali na eh. Meron siyang sariling counsel, pagkatapos pupunta pa siya sa'yo. It is an insult to his own personal counsel. Kaya magulo talaga eh. Gusto ko itanong halimbawa kay Yusek Bernardo, in-apply nyo na pala siya sa WPP, ni-require nyo siya ng restitution, di ba? Sasabihin mo na naman, that's confidential. Kamo na naman.
No, Mr. Chair, I'm not going to say that's confidential.
No, earlier, you were talking about confidentiality. You remember the last time?
Yes, I did mention that, Mr. Chair. I talked
Oh,
about
why are you
confidentiality. But with respect to the restitution, I think that's a matter of public record already. Because that was already stated by Mr. Bernardo and he was allowed by the Secretary of
Yes,
Justice.
earlier you were not forthright in answering that. Nung tinatanong ko, ang una mong sinabi, that's confidential. Now, nagsasabi ka, it is not confidential. So, paiba-iba ka ng position eh talaga.
Mr.
Hindi tayo magkakasundo.
Mr.
kahit
Chair, if we
I'm
just...
not asking any questions anymore.
No, I'm just raising the question to the
Thank
chairman,
you,
Mr. Chair.
You cannot do that.
Thank you. Are we done? So, sige, let's move on. Kung walang members na gusto magtanong do sa ating dalawang bagong witnesses, no, in relation to the Diskaya Romualdez issue, then we'll excuse them already.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko sanang magtanong lang sana
sige,
kung
go ahead.
papayag ka.
Of course.
Yung tungkol dun sa Tamarid House sa South Forbes, yung binabanggit mo kanina, di ba? And then you were asking for some parang leeway in terms of a few days para i-vacate ninyo because you're not yet ready with all the things that you need to move out, di ba? Sino yung may-ari ba talaga nung bahay na yon?
Your Honor, hindi po kami aware kung sino po yung owner mismo, but we are...
I will answer that. Ang may-ari po dati, Doris Magsaysay Ho.
And you were there as what?
Staff ng tenant. May tenant kasi si Doris Magsaysay Ho na sila nakatira, sila yung staff. So nung nabenta, existing pa yata yung lease contract, so hindi sila umaalis. Pero pinipilit silang umalis nung bagong owner.
And allegedly, ang bagong owner is Martin
No.
Romualdez.
Yun ang sinasabi.
Yun ang sinasabi mo kanina.
Yes.
At referring to Diskaya.
No, let's based on documents, yung bahay na ibenta sa isang corporation, Golden Peasant Holdings Corporation. Incidentally, the major stockholder, also used to sit in the board of at least 2 corporations associated with the former speaker. Ito yung Benguet Corporation. I think mining yata ito. Yung isa yung may joint venture sa ABS-CBN. Dito yung pangalan. Teka. Romualdez something. So, and another one, I think Mark Venture something, at saka treasurer siya doon sa, yun nga, yung media company owned by Romualdez, kasi Romualdez Media something na may joint venture sa ABS-CBN. So, yun ang association. So, no, we're not trying to implicate the former speaker, Hindi tayo nagta-target dito. Dumating lang sa ating attention, but we cannot disregard because sabi ko nga, there were persistent reports na ang initial information nga sa pangalan ni Diskaya na or kay Diskaya na ibenta. So it appears now na hindi totoo kasi ang naging role lang allegedly ni Carla Diskaya, yun nga, dumating siya doon February or January at sinasabihan sila, umalis na kayo dyan. So yun lang ang pinagtataka natin. So, hindi naman ito enough to implicate or to implead the former speaker. But, this is something that the OJ or the Ombudsman or the Ombudsman can follow through. We are only providing a lead for whatever it is worth. Yun lang ang purpose dito. Because if you really want to go after the so-called, sabi nyo nga, wag yung sapsap at saka mga dilis, hanapin yung malaking isda. And this is the direction that we are taking. But I repeat, hindi ito enough, itong information is not enough to implicate, not even implicate the former speaker. This is just, we may just consider this as a lead, kasi merong connection. But of course, dininay naman ni Carla Diskaya, so let's leave it at that. So with that, I would like to ask your permission to excuse the 2 ladies. Meron pa? Sige, okay.
Thank you for the explanation, Mr. Chair. Dito sa code namin, sino si
Pala,
Marie?
Romualdez Media Servicio Production Corporation.
Oo. Sino yung sino yung Joy? So ikaw si May. May, napanood mo ba si Saldico nung siya ay nagpadala ng mga video na kung saan sinabi niya na nag-deliver siya ng 1B doon sa bahay diyan sa Tamarin Road in Forbes. Nasa rito nasa social media to. Lahat napanood to Napanood
hindi
mo?
ko po siya direkta na panood, pero nung sinabi po, nabanggit po sa amin regarding 30 Tamarind, we got curious.
Oo. Naging curious ka. Pagkatapos, natatandaan mo ba na sinabi ni Saldico na si Speaker Martin ang nag-designate nung lugar na yon na pagdadalhan ng 1B? Nandun din sa ano yun. Hindi ko lang matandaan yung pagkakasabi, pero yung gist ganito niya sinabi. Napanood niyo ba yun?
Wala po akong matandaan na ganong ano. Pero nabasa po namin yung report regarding sa 30 Tamarind.
Yun nga. And then,
Natambakan ng pera.
maaring natatandaan nyo na sinabi rin ni Saldico, doon din sa ano na yon, sa paghahayag na yon, na si Yusek Jojo Cadiz ang tumanggap na yon ay drop-off lamang ng delivery sa bahay daw ng ating Pangulo daw sa Nara. Ando, siya yung nagsasabi siya nagsasalita Napanood ko yun Tinatanong ko lang kung kayo napanood nyo din yung ganong klaseng paghahayag na ginawa ni Saldico.
Hindi po namin nasubaybayan yung mga hearing at saka yung news. Naging curious lang po kami nung nagkaroon na nga po ng report tungkol dun sa 30 Tamarind.
Oh, okay.
So hindi po namin matandaan yung news na ganun po.
Okay, baka naman gusto nyo rin alisin yung takip para makita namin kung gaano kayo kaganda. Kasi alam ko, magaganda po kayo. Kung okay lang naman po, kung hindi naman, okay din po sa amin.
Actually, request nila Senator Marcoleta na kung pwedeng, kaya nga Elias yung ginamit ko, binuko naman
Oo
niya
nga
yung pangalan
Pero kasi yung kagandahan, hindi pwedeng ipagkait, Mr. Chair. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so let's move on. So you are excused, Maria and Joy. Elias. Sige. Thank you very much. The OSAA you'll be turned over to the OSAA for your own security. Thank you very much. On a lighter note,